So today, as a quick part, what I want to do is talk to both of you here and talk about some of the consumables that's going to get us started. So come here. So we've got a few consumables set out here, and just to walk through, these are all for a 4.5-inch grinder. So most people have that in their tool shed. And so this right here being basically a paint stripper that locks in with your nut on the grinder. You got 3 different densities to it. And again, this is going to be for paint removal, maybe some light oxidation or some feathering of some welds, metal finishing. These right here are pretty nice for their intended purpose, but they're not going to actually be your full-on grinder, but they lock in to your 4.5. So then you can move into a cheaper flap disc, and the thing that you'll look at is how thick those bad boys are, or not bad boys. So in these right here, they're very inexpensive. I mean, you're probably $1 a piece or something. So you've got to understand that they do have their purpose in the toolbox, but when you're ready to move over to a better line and have something that's going to last, I know they're going to say all these B words and all these. That's okay too. I'm just giving you my honest opinion, just as all the other tool reviews that I've done on what my use is of these tools right here. So basically what you have is this Ozark 20-piece kit, this Zirconia Flap disc, and this is a T29 setup here. So in this 20-piece kit, you'll have a 40 grit, 60, 80, and 120. And when you break it down, you've got several of the 40s here, and that's where, again, you can tell they're a lot thicker material. And I've not used the 40s, but I have used, well, maybe just for a few minutes, but I've used mostly the 80 grit and in the 120. But when it comes down to it, these are pretty nice discs here. And again, this is a Zirconia disc. So the other thing that I use is the Ozark line for the 4.5-inch diamond cutoff wheels. And this is something, honestly, you can use it as cutting, grinding. They don't bend, they don't break. But hey, they say 5,000 cuts per blade. And when it comes down to it, I got a 5-pack. And I was like, you know what? I haven't used one yet. And again, probably haven't done 5,000 cuts, but it's still cutting just like I did when I first got it. So the thing that I'm pretty excited about is this bad boy right here. An 80 grit ceramic. It's ceramic. So this is something I have not used. I'm pretty excited about it. And honestly, when I opened it up and felt it, I was like, man, I'm blown away, because it actually has the twist lock on it. So you don't actually use the nut from this style here. And it's a ceramic coating. So the thickness is pretty thick. It might be just a little bit thicker than the Zirconia, but they're heavy. They're heavy. So a couple of PPE items, and there's a lot more that goes along with it. One, you need hearing protection. You need glasses. In many cases like this right here, you'd use a face shield. But I'm really starting to wonder if this face shield will do me less justice, because I can't see it. Hey, I was using this bad boy for sandblasting. Now you're expecting it to do this job? Hey, life happens, right? So we probably will not be using that. But the thing is, we will, I don't know, do we use gloves or not? That's the question of the video here. Do we use gloves or not on rotating equipment at 13,300 RPMs or something like that? Some crazy number. But hey, I'm not going to bore you today going through all this. I just want to take a minute and talk to you. And again, thank you for following along and understanding where my brain's been, where it's going, and looking into the future a little bit. But everything that I'm doing, guys, is an honest review. So if you feel that it's questionable or not, hey, bring it out in the comments and I'll be glad to talk about it. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got no reason to lie to you. If the stuff stinks, I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to promote it. I'm not gonna give you a bad name either. I'm just not going to use it or talk about it. That's the bottom line. I'm not going to talk about it. So again, I want to thank you much for the follow along, and we're going to make progress on this. As you see, I got it opened up here, and these ceramic coated discs here, hey, we're about to make this happen. So thanks again for tuning in and following along, and appreciate your support, likes, comments, follows, all that good stuff.